Guys, it's Camilla from Code with Camilla. Today we're going to continue learning about variables.
Okay, so before we start with the second main concept in programming called conditions, we need to review one more data type, and it's called Boolean. It's declared, so this is our sample application. If you want to declare Boolean data type, you do bool, it's a data type, and b, name of the variable.
Why b?
Well, you can call it anything. We can do b Camilla. It doesn't really matter how you call it now. So the big thing about Boolean variable, it's the values it can accept. So there are only two values it can accept, and those values are true or false.
So it determines if something's true or false?
Exactly. So you can assign variable like this, true or false. It can also be expression, as long as the value of the expression is true or false. For instance, we Camilla, so we could use expression like 15 more than greater than 5. So what do you think is the value of the Camilla in this case?
True.
True. Let's see. We use console write line to print on screen. So let's see, b Camilla, let's run it. True, as you said. What will be if I do this? What the value will be?
It'll be false.
Let's see. And you're right again.
So what would you need Boolean variables for?
We'll discuss it later. So it will come handy when we review conditions. That's why I started with explaining some Boolean algebra. I will explain what Boolean algebra later. So what you cannot do here, you cannot say 17 minus 9.
Because it's a value, it's not true or false.
Because it's neither true or false. This is what you're going to see, right? Cannot explicitly convert type int to bool. So it says it's int. If this was int, then what would be what it's going to print on the screen?
It's going to print 8.
And you're right again. So let's go back to our Boolean variables. So there is so-called Boolean algebra. What it means, there are three operators used with Boolean variables. They're called OR. Really? It could be OR, and XOR, like this.
So what does that mean?
We're gonna skip it for now because we don't really need it, but it's a like advanced programming. But for now, all we have to learn is how OR and AND work. So when you do, so imagine assume that we had two variables, b1, let's call it true, and b2 also true. Now what we want to do some Boolean algebra. The first we want to start with AND. AND, imagine you can think AND as multiplication, and true as 1, false as 0. What I mean by that? So we write AND using AND sign, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do this, what do you think it's going to print?
True and true. So 1.
So if we think about true as 1, and so we can think like b1 is 1, b2 is 1, 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, and 1 is true. Let's see. Let's now imagine that b2 was false. So what's going to print?
It's going to print false because b1 is true, b2 is false, and when you multiply 1, 0, 0, and 0 equals false.
See? False. So what if I reverse this? If I call b1 as false and b2 is true.
It will still be 0 because at least one of the values are still 0.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter how you the order doesn't matter, right? When you multiply.
But what is the purpose of this?
You will see it in the next lesson when we consider the conditions.
Okay.
So, and the last one is false. So if you do false and false is
false. So it can only be true when both of them are true, or multiple.
Exactly. If both of them are true, then the value of the expression will be true.
Can you have more than 2 variables?
You can. So let's say you have b3, and let's do b3 equal true. So what will be the value?
It's still going to be 0 because 2 of them are.
Yeah. So
0.
as long as any of them is false, the value will be the value of the expression will be
false.
Always false. So in order to for the expression to be true, all variables used in AND operator should be true. So there is another one. There is another operator called OR. OR is like a sum. So think about it as a plus, but it's not really plus. That's why they use different symbol. This pipe symbol. So what we're gonna do? So again, imagine it's 1, 0, 0. So 0 plus 0 is
0.
So what's the answer?
False.
False. Let's run it.
What if you have a true and true that equals 2?
Let's see first. Let's try to walk first. So what's going to be if one of them is true?
It's going to be true.
Let's run it. Well, now let's see what's going to be if true plus true. What do you think it's going to be?
Either an error or true again.
So as I told you, variable can hold only 2 values, true or false, right? So in this case, well, what really matters is if the variable is not false. If it's not false, it's true. So if I do b1 plus b1, or actually b1 or b2, so the answer will be
true,
not false, which is true, right? See?
Oh, so true is just really with the or.
So with the or,
it's
like
true
the opposite of it's like opposite of and, right? So what it really means, it's false only if all operands in the expression are false. In all other cases, it's always true. Well, one more thing. In the beginning, I said there are only 3 operators, AND, OR, and XOR. But I forgot about one more, the 4th operator. It's called NOT. So what you can do, if you want to do the opposite, you do exclamation mark and B1.
What?
So this exclamation mark, it says not this variable.
So it has to be the opposite?
It's turning your the value from whatever value was to opposite. So if the value of B1 was true, so the value of B2 will be
false.
False. Let's see.
False.
We can do this in the expression itself without even assigning variable. So what's going to print?
False.
False, because it's still false.
So you indicate that it's a not by an exclamation point?
Now look, something cool. So if I do 2 exclamation marks,
It's not true, so it's true.
let's see.
Okay.
So it turns that value to false first,
Mm-hmm.
then it's from false to true.
Yeah, so it's not false, so it's true.
Let's see what's going to happen with 3 exclamation marks. What do you think?
False.
False? And it is false.
So if it's an odd number of exclamation points, it's the opposite. If it's an even number, it's the same.
So if it's even number, it's as if it didn't apply anything.
Mm-hmm.
If it's odd number, it's changing the value to opposite.
Okay.
That's all for today.
Okay, thank you guys, and join us next week for more Code with Camilla.